die, you know? And I feel like that's why it's become such a huge pandemic in our world, is because people need to find that drive, and we honestly don't live healthy enough lives, most people, to like fight off that sort of thing. You know, we're consumed by sugar, alcohol, nicotine.
And why? I mean, that's where my whole search started.
Well, why do you do anything? Just because sometimes, sometimes there's bad reasons for it, but sometimes you just do it because you want to.
I think most people, though, are doing it because they're stressed and they're trying to cope with stress.
I mean, we've become so overpopulated. It's like you can't get away from civilization anymore, and like to some people, that's like enough stress is just not being able to get away in solitude.
I mean, you take a week and you ask everybody, kids, adults, anybody, over the course of a day, everybody at some point is stressed and they don't have enough time in the day. Well, maybe what if we don't need more resources or anything? We just need to use them differently and share them.
Well, we just pack all our time full of work and thinking about work.
Work for money to get the car that we don't need, right?
Exactly.
And then we need to have a drink or something because we're so stressed, and now we end up being sick.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, what spurred this weekend is there was a radio station that was saying that there were 90 applications. This is about the legalizing marijuana.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because they said there were 90 apps a month to get the card that you get, so that you can go in and get the legalized marijuana. Okay. And this is all new to me. I've never paid attention to this before. Okay. But now that it's legalized, this is in Colorado. There's 1,000 apps a day. Okay.
Yeah.
In 2009, they had 7,000 cards. In January of 2010, 53,000 cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe about 1,000 of which were for like HIV or cancer. The rest of those 52,000, their reason for getting those cards was pain.
Yeah.
And so the station was like saying, we've done a huge disservice, and now the voters have, with a sympathetic heart, said we want to make those means accessible to people who need them.
Yeah.
And everybody else has abused that. And in a way, I agree, but that's a huge message. 52,000 people are saying they're in pain, and maybe they're using it as a dodge to get something. But I believe 52,000 people are in pain if they're thinking they need marijuana. You know, and so what if we change school and all of these things that are forced upon us, the push? What if we change it so that now it's a pull, and everything is around, well, what do you want to do? What is your value for success? And let's let people do that. Let's facilitate that.
Yeah.
I just think all those other things we're gonna find money and resources that we never knew we had.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. You know. Money to me, I mean, I work and make money to do things I enjoy, but I know that I'm not going to spend money on college, like a lot of money. Like some people spend ridiculous amounts of money on college, and to me, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, there are some like positive aspects of college, but it's not worth like $15,000 a year, $30,000 a year. I'm just like, with that much money, I could do a lot of cool things with that much money per year. And I feel like it's become the norm today. You go to high school, you graduate, you go to college, you get a degree in college, you get a job, and you work for the rest of your life. Yeah,
because now
exactly.
the college debt has overcome the just credit card debt.
Yeah, and there's so many people in the world with this education. Why pay for it? You know, why don't you explore the world and find these people that know these things?
That's the pull.
Yeah, that know these things and are willing to share it with you, you know, instead of spending $15,000 to have some guy lecture you about it, you know. And I feel like how I'm going to learn is going out into the real world and finding these people and then being in a place where I can apply these things that I'm learning and be in an environment where I can learn and apply these to my life for survival. You know?
Clay Shirky and John Hagel would be very proud of you. You just summarized their thinking.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
But see, that's part of it. Because people are already doing this. I mean, it's not, these guys are writing incredible books and these are incredible ideas and people are living it already.
Yeah.
And to your, I don't know if it's your generation because I hate to label anything, but you guys seem to be, it's just a natural thing for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's, to me, all the technology, rather than looking at it as clogging us up and making us immune to humane things and so overwhelmed, it's purging out all the excess, and it's giving you in an individual an opportunity to prune everything out and focus on what they need, and amp that up because they have more time.
Yeah, in my AP Human Geography class today, we read an article. It was written by a Native American author, and he was talking about the loss of like community in Western civilization and how we've become so focused on the individual, which is important to an extent, but we need to focus back on the community aspect of life and getting with people that share all these different ideas and thoughts and knowledge to create sustainable communities, you know? So I think we need to find that tribal aspect of life again, is what I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
And John Logan, I think, or Dave Logan, had a TED Talk where he talked about tribal leadership, and he said the biggest characteristic of a good leader is that he takes one person from one tribe and one person from another tribe and introduces them to each other.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where you find those serendipitous, situations that you're talking about where incredible things can happen.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess some people would consider that like communism.
And
in a sense.
America hates communism.
Yeah, I know. I've been like learning about communism in my modern America class, and everyone is just like so pissed off about communism, and I'm like, yeah, there's been like some bad things that have come from communism. Yeah, like that's on that large scale in those big countries. It's like it's not gonna work like that. You gotta focus down into your local government and have the sharing of goods, and I mean, I feel like it all comes together with the college, all the money, making the money. That's just getting farther and farther away from bringing us all back together. I mean, we have all these social and political classes that are just pulling us apart, but if we can eliminate that and change our mindset, we can come back together and, I mean, live harmoniously together, sharing goods, trading.